Longest time, guys. It's been a while that we have spoken about our dental health. I know we talk about academic writing a lot, and you guys are probably bored of hearing me talk about academic writing. But in today's video, we're talking all things dental health. Or you already know, I'm putting on the dental outfit. So, in today's video, we're going to explore what causes sensitive teeth, right? Like, let's look into it in depth. Let's explore it. Let's dissect it. And you know that a bit of my academic work will still come into it. But today we're educating ourselves on what really causes sensitive teeth and how can we address sensitive teeth. So if that sounds like what you're interested in hearing, or if you know someone who's suffering from sensitive teeth and you think will benefit from this video, then make sure to send it to them. And you also sit right there, grab your popcorn. I can be very fun, right? You can attest to that. So grab your popcorn, sit down, and let's gist. Let's have a dental health gist, if that's something. Yeah. Okay. I'll see you in the video. Welcome back. So, you know that weird feeling that you have? It's not exactly a pain. It's like a shock sensation when you take hot drink, cold drink, even sometimes when you're just talking and maybe hot hair or cold hair just goes into your mouth, you feel this shock-like sensation. So if you belong to that category of people who experience shock when they talk, eat, or do whatever, shock-like sensation, then this video is for you, okay? So that is what is referred to as sensitive teeth. It is not pain, but it is a sensation that is not pleasant. Anyone who is experiencing sensitive teeth, also called dentinal hypersensitivity, will tell you that it is not fun at all. And the sad thing about it is, when you experience that sensitivity, now not pain, sensitivity, it gets worse. And that's the thing. If you don't take care of it, it gets worse and it can eventually result in pain. So we're going to explore how that has come to be in this video. Let me give you a bit of dentistry. Let me educate you on a bit of dentistry so that you can understand what is actually causing the pain. You already know that the teeth is made up of enamel, dentin, and pulp. At least if you are following this channel, I have told you that. So even if you have not heard it before, you've heard it from this channel. So now, here's the thing. When you strip off the enamel, which is the other part, the part where we see on the surface, the outer part of it, and that's the hardest part of the tooth, when you strip it off, then you have the dentin. And the dentin is that part that is very sensitive. So the thing is, within that dentin, you also have all these holes. We call them dentinal tubules. They're like tiny holes that passes through the dentin. So when it is exposed, when the dentin is exposed, maybe you strip off the enamel for one reason or the other, and the dentin is exposed, it sends a signal down to the nerves. That's what causes that shock. And over time, exposure to all these insults, that's all these cold, hot stimuli, including fluids, can pass through that hole I'm talking about. So exposure to it over time will eventually lead to an infection that will cause pain. So that's what I was talking about. So now at least you already have an idea of what causes that sensitive teeth. That means your dentin is exposed for one reason or the other. And so let's now dive into what are those things that can cause your dentin to be exposed. Okay, so you already know that by now. You should be tapping on the like button. Have you? You're still looking at me. Tap on the like button and turn on that bell notification and subscribe. Make sure you are a subscriber. You shouldn't watch this video without subscribing. I mean, I like to believe I'm fun. So tap on the subscribe button. Okay, guys, so what are those things that can cause your teeth to be sensitive? Initially, when I wanted to talk about this, I was thinking of grouping it into different categories. Then I realized that wait, this is not a dental exam. This is not like me writing any professional exam. This is me explaining to you in layman's term things that you do that are causing you to strip off the enamel, which is the outer and the hardest part of your teeth, and causing you to expose the dentin, and eventually can lead to pain. So let's start from that thing that you do every day toothbrushing. That's number one. Toothbrushing. See, one, if you brush your teeth as if you have gutter in there, like you have gutter there, or you have the worst of dirt in your mouth, like excessive toothbrushing, like you brush really hard, like when the toothbrushing is really hard, it's not, now note, I'm saying the technique you're using to brush is really hard, then you will most likely strip off your enamel over time. It's not something that happens in a week. It's not something that happens in 2 weeks. It's as a result of a bad habit of, you have to, I think the reason behind this is because most people think when they brush really hard, it makes the teeth whiter. Unfortunately, that's not the case. And I know you guys don't always like to hear it when I tell you that the teeth is not pearly white like all these celebrity whites that you see. You can eventually make it look like that, but naturally that's not the way it is, and that's because the enamel is transparent, or let's just say translucent, right? It reflects the layer beneath it, and the layer beneath it is the dentin, and dentin is not white, it's like off-white, kind of ivory, like cream. So that's why the teeth is not exactly pearly white, but at least you can achieve a healthy white color, kind of. And with subsequent teeth whitening and other procedures, you can always achieve the pearly white, but that's not the bone of contention right now. But if you're brushing really hard, you are going to end up stripping off your enamel, and you're not going to get your teeth is not going to get any whiter, right? So another thing with toothbrushing is when you're using really hard toothbrush, normally the toothbrush that you use for brushing should be medium textured. In fact, some school of thoughts believe it should be soft, right? Not hard, never hard. The only thing that you can use hard toothbrush to do you know it? Is it how to scrub your jeans, or to remove stains from the floor, or to apply edge control? Like, yeah. I'm serious. Like, jokes aside, you shouldn't use hard toothbrush on your teeth. So if you are watching this video and you are listening actively to me right now, don't use hard toothbrush. I will know. Don't do it. Don't. Okay, so now to the second reason, or the second cause that I've written down, is bruxism, also known as teeth grinding. I mean, it's logical. When you grind your teeth, you would almost always strip off the enamel, and that would expose the dentin, and that will make your teeth shock you. So if you are maybe, when you're stressed, or sometimes when you're sleeping, it's a bad habit that some people have. I'm one of the some people, but it's a manageable condition. So if you brux, which means if you grind your teeth together unconsciously, maybe when you're stressed, or when you're sleeping, or when you're angry, you clench your teeth, you'll most likely strip off the enamel and expose the dentin. And then consistent and persistent intake of acidic food, like all of you are like licking lemon, just squeeze lemon into your mouth like it's juice. Yes, over time you end up stripping off your enamel, and then that will cause your teeth to shock you. So there are other conditions as well that okay, before I go into all the other conditions that I want to talk about, there's also gum recession. I mean, gum recession could be as a result of so many things. It could be because the teeth is dirty and there's plaque and calculus, and then the gum had gone down, or because you're brushing too hard as well and the gum has gone down. But once the gum goes down from the normal place where it's supposed to be, the root will be exposed, and the hard structure that is covering the root, called cementum, is not so much like that. It can be easily stripped off, and then the enamel will be the dentin will be exposed, and that will cause your teeth to shock you. Do you get? So these are some things. Another thing is fracture. When your teeth is fractured, it can cause your teeth to be sensitive. So all these things can cause dentinal hypersensitivity. So even dental caries, or what you know as tooth decay, can cause your teeth to become sensitive. It's logical. When your tooth decays, it starts from the enamel, so the enamel goes off and then the dentin is exposed, and that can cause you to have that unpleasant sensation. I mentioned earlier that there are some conditions that can lead to it, so let me address that. So in cases where you have like gastroesophageal reflux, that's in which the content in your stomach comes in, like you regurgitate, let me put it that way, like you regurgitate, you pull up the content in your stomach, comes to your esophagus and comes into your mouth. You know, the content in the stomach is acidic, so when it comes into the mouth like that, over time it will cause your teeth to erode, and that would expose your dentin, and that will cause the dentinal hypersensitivity, right? Another thing is persistent vomiting in case of like say bulimia. That would also cause the same thing. It's acidic content coming into the mouth, and that would cause your enamel to go off and your dentin will be exposed and your teeth will be sensitive. So there's another procedure that, if it's a dental procedure, when you carry it out, oftentimes the major side effect that people experience is dentinal sensitivity, and that, my friend, is teeth whitening. I know you guys don't want to hear this, like anything, you guys just want white teeth, but teeth whitening causes dentinal sensitivity. That's why it has to be done right, with the right product, with the right recommended product, or you go to your dentist and have it done. Those are the ways to go about it. And I think one other procedure that I didn't mention that could also sometimes cause sensitivity but might be temporary is if you've just gotten a feeling. Sometimes when you have a dental feeling, you might have sensitivity. So now, I've mentioned so many reasons, as in there are so many things that cause. I'm sure I've not exhausted the list, but I have tried. Those are a lot of things, and those are like the really common ones. So if you're doing any of this and you have sensitivity, so you almost already know the cause of your problem. How do you prevent or treat dentinal hypersensitivity, or what you call sensitive teeth, or what you call dentin sensitivity, whichever name you choose for it, or teeth shocking, whatever you call it? How do we prevent it? How do we treat it? All right, to prevent it, I think that's pretty much straightforward. You just avoid all these things that I've told you causes it. You maintain a good oral hygiene, and you avoid all these things that I have listed, right? Like, make sure you brush with medium texture toothbrush. Don't brush with hard toothbrush. Brush using the right technique. Do not brush excessively. If you are grinding your teeth together, you know, you have to probably visit your dentist so that they can give you something that's called a mouth guard that you can wear that will protect your teeth from grinding against each other and causing dentinal sensitivity going forward. Reduce your intake of acidic food. Treat tooth decay if you have it, and there are things that are called hairline fractures. I didn't mention those as well. So you treat all these things if they exist, right? So now, I've decided that I'm going to make this video in 2 parts. And the next video, I am going to talk a bit about how to treat sensitive teeth. I mean, it's understandable that you can prevent it by avoiding these things. But if it has already occurred and you're already feeling the shock-like sensation, then you have to do something about it. So how do we go about treating this dentinal sensitivity? I'm going to talk extensively on that in my next video, so make sure to watch out for it. And I have a particular product in mind that I think is a breakthrough, that I think everyone should have this product and should be using it. So, and you don't want to miss that video. You really do not want to miss that video. And that's why I said tap on that like button, subscribe, and turn on the bell notification, so that when I upload it and I talk about it, you will be able to get it. So if you're struggling with dentinal hypersensitivity, this is a video you do not want to miss, because man, I am going to be spilling. And the main thing we want to achieve is, when you've stripped off your enamel, it's possible for you to still create a coat over the dentin that is exposed, so you don't feel any sensitivity, right? Yes, it is possible. So I'm going to talk extensively on that in the next video. So like, subscribe, and watch out for the video. So I hope this video has really enlightened you, right? And it has given you all the nuggets that you need. So now going forward, if you used to experience sensitivity but you don't experience it anymore and you're now experiencing pain, then you really need to visit your dentist, because that has gone beyond dentinal sensitivity and has probably led to an infection. And the best thing is for it not to lead to an infection, because I don't like you losing your teeth, right? So let's take care about it. Okay, guys? All right, guys. So I hope that this video has really blessed you. I hope you loved it. I hope you liked it. I hope you've subscribed. And don't miss the next video that I told you about. So till I see you again in my next video, guys, make sure you put a smile on somebody's face. Bye.